Alrighty, what's up? My name is Kyle Hawley, and this is my aviation story. I feel like ever since I was young, I always was interested in aviation to a point, but honestly, I'd never really thought about it. And so I grew up in this small town, and one summer day, our town had an aviation day. And so tons of people from the town went to the little airport, and I was 10 years old, and so it was amazing to go there and just see all these airplanes and see all these pilots and so much was going on, and it was honestly amazing. The best part of the day was when I was able to take an EAA Young Eagles flight. And so, for those of you who don't know what EAA is it's the Experimental Aircraft Association. And so, what a Young Eagles flight is it's a flight where anyone younger than 18 can go up in an airplane with a pilot and just fly for free. And so, during this aviation day, I was able to go up into an airplane with a pilot, and as a 10-year-old, it was amazing to be able to look out the window and look over my town and just see where I grew up my entire life. But honestly, the best part of that whole flight was when the pilot turned to me and was like, "Hey, take the controls. It's your airplane." And as a 10-year-old, wow, that was just crazy. So we landed, and I went home and just kind of moved on. But honestly, aviation just never really left my mind. I think it was always there. So a few years later, my parents gifted me a discovery flight with a flight instructor at the airport. And so I was able to go up and be able to fly the plane a little bit and see how it feels. And again, that flight was just amazing. And so right there, I was hooked. I was all in. And so we landed, and I right away just began taking flight lessons. So yeah, week after week, I'd go up and I'd try to learn to fly. After a while, I took my private pilot written exam. I passed that, and honestly, the next thing for me to do was to be able to solo. In order for me to solo, I needed to have my medical certificate. And so, at that time in my life, I was going through a lot of really hard challenges, especially health related. And so I went in for my exam, and the doctor told me, "Hey, look, I'm not going to be able to give you your certificate." And so, yeah, that was really hard to be able to hear. No, like essentially, I was like, "No, you won't be able to fly, at least not for a little while." That was super hard for me. I was in high school. I was planning on going to college and flying, and that all just kind of seemed to crash down. However, recently I was finally able to get my medical certificate. Basically, what that means for me is that I'm going to be able to begin flight training and begin working towards my dream as an airline pilot. One of the biggest challenges in flight training is the cost. Flight training is not cheap. For me, I've been going to college, and I've been working part-time to be able to pay for college and pay for living expenses, and honestly, it's just been a lot of work. One of the ways that I really hope to pay for my flight school is through scholarships. The Make a Pilot scholarship would play an essential part of my flight training. Ultimately, it would allow me to be able to focus more on flight school and less on just the financial struggles and challenges that I face. And that's something that'll be invaluable. It will help me to be able to focus more on flight school. It'll help me to be able to train faster, to be able to save up money for even more certificates and more ratings in the future. Really what this would do is it would kickstart my career. And so I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I hope to be able to continue to share my journey.